Okay, so John wants to know whether to go for the foot in the door or go for a big package all at once. So, in the members area, I have a value ladder for you guys, right? Where it's like foot in the door, mini project, bigger project, retainer project. It all depends again on your market and where they're at. However, in most cases, it is smart to go with a foot in the door offer. Let me tell you why. One, your time is precious. Your time is valuable. A lot of agency owners, including myself, when I first started out, spend a ton of time putting together a proposal, which is basically kind of a mini strategy in itself because you researched it, you talked to the client, who knows for how many hours, right? It could have been, one call and then maybe another call. You got all this information, you spend all this time working up this proposal and plan for them, and then they go radio silent, right? They're just gone. And you're out 5 hours or however many hours, 3 hours, even if it's 2 hours. So a strategy, like a mini strategy, a roadmap, an audit, and a strategy, however you want to package it together, that is the best foot in the door offer because you're actually getting paid to do the proposal. A discovery, right? A discovery session. You don't necessarily call it a discovery session, but that's basically what it is they're paying you to do the research that's required to actually put together a good proposal for them. Because it is really difficult for us as marketers to look at someone's website, look at their digital presence, spend 30 minutes, and then be like, yep, I know everything. This is the big plan they need. I'm going to quote them $5K a month, $10K a month, whatever it is. That's almost impossible to do. So you're actually doing yourself and the client a disservice when you go in first with a big package. With that said, if you're doing something like web design, even in web design, you guys can do a strategy, like a plan, a roadmap plan up front. Okay. So you can still do this. With that said, I have had situations in the past when I was providing web design where that was the first project, was a big website project. That makes a little bit more sense than going in with like a big marketing package, right? So the marketing package, the no-brainer is you got to start with some sort of roadmap, some sort of strategy. You have to. If it's web design, it really depends on the client. Like if they have the budget and they love you and they want to hire you and they're like, look, we know we need a new website, let's do it. You could still do that, but you could be like, okay, this is our process. So first, you're going to invest $2,500 in the roadmap for the new website. And then that's going to take 2 weeks. And then when we're done, that investment's going to go towards your entire website. So you can do something like that too, right? So web design is a little bit different because some companies, they have the funds and they want to hire you and they want to get it done. But you could still do what I just said about applying the roadmap to that. But that is why it's so much, and not to mention it's a hell of a lot easier for someone to drop, $500 to $2,500 for you on a foot in the door first than it is to get them to buy a big package up front. Because you want to build that trust, you want to show your stuff, and they're 100 times more likely to buy from you again when they already bought something from you.